In the past, I made multiple side jump tutorials, but this one is going to be a little different. For some reason, these always do really well on my channel, so I like to replicate it. Whether you're a new subscriber or not, I hope this helps you. Everything in my room is going to be changing. These nano leaves aren't going to stay up in this position as I'm ordering 15 more. So if you guys are interested in the room tour, stay subscribed because that's coming soon. I'm going to start from the basics and show you guys how to do majority of every single side jump. There's a lot and lots of side jumps you can do. I'm going to be covering some that Faze Sways does as well, so the people who are more advanced can get to learn how to do those too. Before I show you guys all these different types of side jumps, I'm going to go over the best tips and tricks I know for doing any type of side jump. All these tips are going to help you progress to the end goal of mastering every single one. So just to be clear, for the one time, we're going to go over tips and tricks on how to do any type of side jump, and then I'm going to show you guys all the different types of side jumps that you can practice and hopefully incorporate into your own high ground retakes or in real game. Since I know the struggle of learning these, I know the things that get people caught up. The first one, that's the biggest one, is either they're hitting their head or they're jumping too late and they can't land on this stair. So I'm going to fix both of those with this tip right here. What you really want to do is focus on jumping at the correct time on this ramp. If you notice, every time I do a side jump, I jump and leap off the same exact spot. When you're aligned with this edit key, it's going to help you with that muscle memory and get that into your head that you're going to jump at that particular spot. So for example, if I jump right at the edit key, you notice how I landed and was able to do a side jump. So if you're a guy who's constantly hitting your head on this, just trust the process that you need to jump at the very last second. Almost when you're about to fall off is when you want to jump. So if you notice, I come here and I land right in the middle. The second tip I want to mention that's going to help a lot of people is to not rush it. And one of the ways I have that helped me the most was by coming up and then down and then attacking it at a better angle. Because a lot of times whenever you're rushing this, you tend to get caught up and get way too close before you start jumping. So if you're really into practicing, you're going to come up, come down, and then flick up. And that will help you get the momentum you need to get in the right spot. So after you do the side jump, you want to jump on the side closest to the cone. So what that means is I want to land about right here if I jump from the left side. Now as time goes on and I get better at it, then you can start moving more closer towards the middle. But it's easier to start out landing very close to this cone right here, and then as you get better, you slowly start to go towards the middle. Don't try and rush it and go ahead because it's going to get you screwed up. When you have a strong practice foundation and you get the fundamentals down, then you can start getting a little more fancy or flashier and pull off some crazier ones. Just as a quick demonstration, I'm going to show you guys that you can jump at the very left side, you can jump at the very right side, or you could start in the middle. For example, if I'm starting on the left side, I could just come right here and notice how I went to the far right, jumping on the left side. Now if I were to go from the right side, I would just do it going to the far left, and I would land in this tile right here. So if you're jumping from the right like this, you want to land on this tile. But if you're jumping from the left, you want to land on this tile. And then like I said, as you get better at it, you can land in the middle. But it's easier to start out landing on this side. So if you're one that really struggles doing the momentum side jump, which is this right here, then your best bet is to practice the beginning one and landing in this tile just like this without a stair. If you constantly practice jumping on this tile and getting as close to this cone as possible before you start adding that stair, it will be way easier, trust me. So you come here, boom, and then I place the stair after a while. Another quick tip I want to mention is for the kind of last second side jump that a lot of people struggle with as well. If you're ever in a last second situation where you're so far up that if you jump, you know you're going to hit your head, what you have to do is constantly keep moving and bring yourself down and up, and I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say I want to jump, but I place the cone late, so I'll run down like this and then just jump. Notice how I made this S curl like this and then flung myself up. I'm kind of flicking my mouse at the same time I'm going. So for people that are really good at CSGO jumps, you know what I mean by the movement. You're using your momentum to kind of flick yourself up. If I slow that down for you, you may not be able to see it, but right before I came down, I looked this direction and then flung up really quickly to the top right. So I'm going this way, I look down, and then I fling up. And that's something that really helps me get as close as possible to the cone after I do the side jump. Another tip I want to mention is for the people on like 170 plus ping. It's going to be very difficult for you to do any sort of side jump because the delay is just too much. I recently made a video about all different types of ping and how it affected me in creative. So if you guys want to watch that video, it's going to be in the top right hand corner. But I just want to point out that I do have experience side jumping on higher ping. It's not as easy as you think, and sometimes it's just not even possible. Those are pretty much the beginner tips for side jumping. I'm going to go in some more advanced things right now. This tip is for people who are trying to do double side jumps back to back. If you're ever trying to do more than one type of side jump back to back, it's possible, but there are some tips that are going to help you. First one is to try your best to never stay in the center of the stair whenever you're doing the side jump. It's very difficult to get a lot of time on the ramp to time that side jump correctly. So what you want to do is reduce that time by staying close and hugging one side of the ramp. So if you notice when I'm trying to do more than one side jump, I'll land right here, and notice how I'm on the right side of this ramp right here. So I come here and then I'll have a cone on me again, and I'll jump and I'll land on the opposite side, and this time I'm hugging the left side. From here it becomes very easy, and I can just look down again and run up and jump and keep doing that same thing. Every time you land, you want to hug a side of the stair. Even I struggle sometimes, but when you get good at it, you can link them back to back to back. This tip is the most important one, and every time you do this, make sure that you're keeping a head level and not exaggerating by looking down so much. What you want to do is try and do it to where you just look down a very little bit. Notice how I'm not going up and down and looking and hitting myself on the head right here. If you struggle doing this and hitting yourself on the head right here, then you need to have a better placing of your cursor and just kind of look down a tiny bit. Just know that whenever you're trying to side jump, the best thing to do is to not look down as far as you can, because if you do that, it will throw you off when you're in a build fight. Whenever you play smooth and do your side jumps really clean, then it's going to allow you to be more aware about what's going on around you. A really good example of this is when you're trying to do the protected side jump like this. Notice how I barely looked down right there, and almost 90% of the time my head was really high. Not my actual head, I'm talking about my head in the game. So here we go again. We look up, boom. Look up, boom. This tip is a small tip that's going to help you learn how to do this move a lot better. This one right here. What you want to do is focus on starting a little further away than the side you're going to jump towards. So for example, if I want to jump this direction, then I want to start a little further on the left side. What this is allowing me to do is edit this, and then as I'm doing this, I can come up, come down. Notice how I'm coming, literally walking down and then jumping. Doing that motion is really, really useful in any form of side jump. I even do that movement when I'm just placing it without editing. Notice how I came up, came down, and then jumped. The biggest misconception is when people think they have to side jump. So what they do is they run and look this direction and look and bump themselves on the head. When you attack it at a straight angle like that, a horizontal angle, which is this right here, going like this, it's a lot harder to get the timing down. Allowing yourself to come down, come up, and attacking it on an angle instead of attacking it straight on will give you a way better chance at nailing that side jump. So I don't know how long this video is, but I'm not going to make it too long. I'm going to show you guys all the different variations of side jumps that you can learn and practice for yourself. Bringing in every type of side jump to your arsenal is something that's really important, because when you have so much knowledge about how to do other things and more simplistic things, when you see a harder thing and you try and learn it, it's going to be a lot easier for you. That's just a general life tip. Starting out really basic, start with this one right here. Land in the center of the floor and then just continue the ramp. Next thing you want to do is start working on landing on a floor and a stair, but alongside right here. Not a momentum side jump. You want to do it on the side over here. To see this again, it just looks like that. Once you get started with this, then you can start trying the momentum side jump, landing on both a floor and a stair, but pointing in the direction of where you're gonna go. This allows you to keep momentum and be faster in your build battles. The next step up from that is to just learn how to do this and continue and connect it with a momentum side jump. Trust me, keep watching, this gets harder. So once you get that one down, the next step is to do this one right here. This is where the unique ones come in. This is considered a side jump to me, at least. I see Faze Sways do this a lot. So to get a little fancy and flashy, what he does is he places a floor in a cone and then comes out and then places these walls first, then places a stair, then edits it like that. That side jump is really cool when you can pull it off fast, and the reason why I like it is because if you do it quick enough, you can protect yourself by placing the stair right here. You're only going to be exposed for the little half second that you don't have the stair behind your back. If Faze Sways does it and gets a lot of clips that way, I'm sure you guys would want to try it yourself. So in fast motion, it just looks like this. This one is single-handedly the most complicated one, but if you get this one, you're pretty much set to do anything you want. This is gonna happen really fast, but trust me, this one's fire. All you do is you come here and you land like that. Now, if you do it correctly, you could get all these walls on the backside and get this wall right here and get all these walls here. It's a very flashy way of doing a side jump, but really cool. So again, what you're gonna do is you're just, depending on what you want to do with the walls behind you, you don't have to place these walls over here, but you could get a wall up here and here to get double protection for some reason. Like that. That's how you do it. You just have to look a little higher than you might think and really rush down to place the floor in the stair. For every single side jump I just mentioned, if you watch those tips, I promise you, you're gonna learn it. Along with practice and motivation, you're gonna get better at it. If you really wanna get cracked at side jumps, the best thing to do is to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. I appreciate everyone who watched this video. I just wanna remind you guys that I do live stream on Twitch. That link is gonna be down below in the description. Shout out to all the people taking midterms right now. I feel your pain. The best place to talk to me is on Twitter or join the community Discord, as I talk to people literally every day. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I hope you all have a great night or a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. Peace.
Like the cool blue light